What is up, YouTube? It is Saturday night, and I am doing a live stream again for the second night in a row. Maybe we need to go for a third night tomorrow night too, and go for like a trifecta. I like things in threes. So tonight we are going to talk about Trump, the U.S., and Greenland. That's right. There are some articles that are flying around right now on the internet, like especially on Facebook and Twitter, about Trump wanting to purchase the entire continent of Greenland. And I had to have this debate with Mr. Atomic. He's like, "Wait, is Greenland a continent?" I'm like, "Well, yeah." So he sat there and counted them out. And he's like, yeah, I think it's one of the continents. Because, back in the day when we were kids, we all, we had globes, right? Who had a globe? Anybody in here had a globe growing up? Where you could see all the continents, or like a big old map on your wall, if you were a nerd like me. And some people have to think about where Greenland actually is. And that's something we're going to talk about, because there's an article about that in relation to the whole, I don't know if you'd call this fake news. It's not necessarily fake news. No, I do not want a software update in the middle of my live stream. Hold on a sec, guys. Let me cancel that out. My computer just popped up this whole big box. Do you want to update your system? No, I'm live streaming. God. So how's everybody doing tonight? Hey, Blue Moon, how's it going? Hey, Blazer 101. Are you guys new? Have you ever been here before? I don't remember seeing those names. If you are, welcome. Who owns Greenland? Greenland. I think this article touches on that a little bit, though, too. I know. I mean, and when you stop and think about it, Greenland, like, that's a lot of land. Okay, granted, it's covered in ice. Like Iceland. Okay, Greenland should be called Iceland, and Iceland should be called Greenland, just the way that they look. Hey, Snafu Snaps is in the house. What's up? Blue Moon. Okay, good. You've been here before. Okay. You just don't comment much. Okay, gotcha. All right, awesome. All right, if anybody is new in here tonight, welcome. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel. If you want to know anything about the border or Trump or politics, you need to subscribe to my channel, all right? YouTube is still censoring me, okay? For anybody who doesn't know, my channel was shut down a few months back. And then I posted one of those drunk Nancy Pelosi videos that got removed, and they gave me, well, they say it's a warning, but it's more like a warning strike, okay? And it stays on your account for 90 days, and if you get like 4 of those, then your YouTube channel gets shut down. But that's the first time I've ever had any problems with a video, and so that rolls off my account on the 22nd. So I've kind of been like shadow banned this whole time ever since that. Well, actually, ever since they tried shutting down the channel before that. So I'm really looking forward to not being shadow banned. That would be really nice, because I know people, I can tell by my analytics that people watch my channel. Okay. And the border is not a topic. Border security is not a topic that dies. It just isn't. So yeah, YouTube. What do I have, like 4 more days? In YouTube jail. It's just coincidence, right? That it coincides with this strike against my channel. So anyway, let's talk about Greenland. It's ginormous. It's a lot of land. Heavy in resources. You don't hear much about what's going on in Greenland, do you? But there's a lot going on in Greenland. In fact, we have a base there, and it's very well hidden. And in fact, probably other countries have hidden bases there too. But it is a lot of untapped resources there, especially in the ocean. So why would we want Greenland? For all of those reasons. Having Greenland as a U.S. territory would be highly beneficial. So this started going around a couple days ago, just so you guys know. And this article is from ABC. It says Trump has talked about buying Greenland for the U.S. And then it says, aiming to put his mark on the world map, President Donald Trump has talked to aides and allies about buying Greenland for the U.S. How does one go about buying Greenland? Just out of curiosity. I mean, who do you call and be like, hey, so I'm going to give you such and such amount of money, and we're going to make this transaction? Like, who has that authority to say, yep, I'm going to sell Greenland? Who has that authority? I think it's a Dutch territory. I could be wrong, but we'll find out. A Trump ally told the Associated Press on Thursday that the Republican president had discussed the purchase but was not serious about it. And a Republican congressional aide said Trump brought up the notion of buying Greenland in conversations with lawmakers enough times to make them wonder. Okay, so he said it more than once, but they have not taken his comments seriously. Both spoke on the condition of, I can never say this freaking word, anonymity. You guys know what I'm talking about, okay? But I can never say that word, and I don't know why I can say that word. I can't ever say it. But they're not. They consider them private discussions, and they can't really, go into detail. Anyway, Greenland said it's not on the market. Greenland says it's not for sale. Who in Greenland says this? I want to know. We have a good cooperation with USA, and we see it as an expression of greater interest in investing in our country and the possibilities we offer. The island's government said on its website, of course, Greenland is not for sale. Still, it would be the first time an American leader tried to buy the world's largest island. Okay, so here they are. They're saying it's an island, not a continent. But what differentiates island versus continent? Who's a geographical genius in my chat here? Anybody? Raise your hand. Let me know. Educate me and let me know the difference between a continent and a ginormous island. Okay. Let's see here. It says, still, it wouldn't be the first time an American leader tried to buy the world's largest island. Okay. It is a territory of Denmark. Okay, so I was right. It's a territory of Denmark. So I guess we would have to buy it from Denmark. Okay. In 1946, the U.S. proposed to pay Denmark $100 million to buy Greenland after flirting with the idea of swapping land in Alaska for strategic parts of the Arctic island. $100 million, that's all Greenland is worth? Well, at least in 1946, that's what they offered. Whoa, Kevman, hey! Thank you for your $49.99 super chat. Holy shit, that's a big one. He says, finally get to see you live again. Keep up the hard work. America needs more people like you. Thank you so much. Wow. Okay, you guys, if you don't know what super chat is, where you're typing in that chat room there's a $sign, and if you click that button, and it lets you make a donation to my channel. It could be as small as $1. It could be $49.99 like Kevman did. And you can put a question or a comment, and it pops it up, boom, bright for everybody to see. And you get kind of highlighted, featured in the chat and on the live stream. So it's there. Don't feel obligated, but if you're feeling frisky tonight and you want to do that, hey, thanks for the support. Kevman has been one of my supporters for a long time now, so he knows I appreciate him. Okay, so going back to this. So yeah, in 1946, we proposed $100 million for Greenland. That's it. So like, do you know how many people could buy that if that was really what they would sell it for? Like, there's plenty of millionaires, billionaires that could buy that. Yeah, you know, you just wake up one day and you're like, yeah, Greenland looks good. I think I'll buy that today. What? And then swapping land in Alaska for strategic parts of the Arctic island. What? Hey, I'm going to trade you that rock over there in Alaska for that rock over there in Greenland. How about that? How does that work? Whatever. Okay. This the story was first reported by the Wall Street Journal. It says neither the White House nor Denmark commented on Thursday when this topic was brought up again. Trump is set to visit Denmark next month. What? Why does stuff like this entertain me? So he's been talking, you know, kind of, you know, jovial, you know, jokingly. How about we buy Greenland and then it's owned by Denmark and he's going to Denmark next month? What, to a wheel and deal? Interesting. You guys must think I'm a total nerd, but I love this kind of stuff. Okay, so Greenland responds. This is another article by ABC. Greenland responds to reports Trump talked about buying the territory. The Greenland Ministry of Foreign Affairs responded to reports that President Donald Trump has talked about the possibility of buying the territory. And it says here, just in like a kind of like a parentheses type of thing, Greenland is rich in valuable resources such as minerals, the purest water and ice, fish stocks, seafood, renewable energy, and is a new frontier for adventure tourism. We are open for business, but not for sale. Learn more about Greenland at blah, 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 blah. Okay, very true. Okay, if the US obtained Greenland, do you know how pissed off like Russia would be probably because it's up there in all the ice and all the cold? That's the icy cold Arctic is their territory, really. You know, the Russians, they like the cold and the ice. So it says a government of Greenland spokesperson reiterated that the island was not for sale when approached for comment by ABC News. We have a good cooperation with the USA. Okay, so this is kind of a repeat to the other article. Basically saying Greenland is not for sale. Because of the unofficial nature of the news, the government of Greenland has no further comments. This tweet from Greenland was in response to media reports that Trump had expressed an interest in buying Greenland to Republican figures, with the story first appearing in the Wall Street Journal. The veracity of the report was backed up by other news outlets, but the seriousness of the topic was questioned, with an anonymous Republican congressional aide telling the Associated Press that Trump had introduced the idea of purchasing Greenland with lawmakers on more than one occasion. The president was not serious about it. Okay, so why would a man like Donald Trump mention something multiple times to big congressional people about purchasing Greenland if he didn't really have that thought in his head? What do you guys think? Let me know. Let's think about Trump here for a sec, just for a minute, and who he is and his business sense. If I want you to type 1 into the chat if you think that Donald Trump wants to buy Greenland, or 2 if you think this is all a bunch of BS. So 1 if you think Trump really wants to buy Greenland and he's actually pondering it in the back of his head, or 2, nah, he doesn't really want to buy it. So I got a 1. Okay. 1, right? That's what I think too. Dorinda, yes. Granny Goose says 2. Granny Goose says 2. Mary says, I'm not sure. Okay, so most of you are thinking like me. Okay, Born Eraser says, no, he doesn't want to buy it. Okay, interesting. So let's see, hold on. Here we go. A Pentagon spokesperson told ABC News its long-standing defense relationship with Denmark, which includes an air base in, I don't know how to say this. Is it Thule? Thule? How do you pronounce that? It's in Greenland though. So that confirms our base there. Okay. The Greenland, Iceland, United Kingdom gap is a strategic corridor of naval operations in the North Atlantic, and we work closely with our NATO allies to maintain the transatlantic link. Okay. Trump, oh, this is interesting. Trump is not the first U.S. president to express an interest in purchasing Greenland due to its strategic location and rich resources. In 1946, the government led by President Harry Truman offered to buy Greenland, this is where it came in, from the Kingdom of Denmark for the $100 million. Okay, so it was Truman that first thought about buying Greenland. So Trump is not the first. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo was supposed to visit the U.S. military base there in May, but had to cancel the trip at the last minute because of increasing tensions with Iran. So we do have some stuff going on with Greenland and Denmark. Okay, they're allies. Okay, we do have a base there in Greenland. I've known that for a long time. It says here, Greenland's strategic importance has increased as China has looked to expand its activity in the Arctic. China wants to get its digs into Greenland too. While China already has research stations in Iceland and Norway, the nation is looking to expand its footprint into Greenland with a satellite ground station, renovated airport, and mining operations. Those ambitions have alarmed Denmark, okay, as Greenland is a Danish territory, with the Danes publicly expressed concerns with China's interest in the world's largest island. Well, yeah, it's much different if you have China interested in Greenland, you have the U.S. interested in Greenland, okay? Who would you pick? Not China. Not communists. No. So yeah, that makes sense to me. Okay, and then here's where I was going to talk to you guys about this chick. Let me find this article. Here it is. Okay, and this is where I was talking about. You all had a map or a globe when you were growing up, right? Right. Okay. Could you pick out? Okay, if none of the big continents or islands were labeled, could you pick out Greenland? Type 1 in there if yes, you could identify where Greenland is, or 2, you have no clue where Greenland is. Okay, I gotta know. So put that in the in the chat right now. 1, if you can point out where Greenland is on the map, and 2, if you have no effing clue where Greenland is. So Born Eraser has no idea where Greenland is. You are geographically challenged like me, but I do know where Greenland is. Okay, so lots of 1s. Okay, good. All right. So we all passed like high school geography, right? Well, here's an insult to MAGA people. Well, not really an insult, but considering who it's from. But MSNBC guest Tiffany Cross. Who's Tiffany Cross? I don't know who the hell that is. She can't be that big. She can't be that famous. Tiffany Cross says, I highly doubt anybody at a MAGA rally can find Greenland on a map. Well, bish. Let's see here. Hold on.
The Truman administration reportedly at the time offered $1 million for Greenland.
Let me see if this article
wouldn't be completely
unprecedented,
I guess.
Okay, I'm gonna play you this. Let's see what this bish says.
The Truman administration reportedly at the time offered $1 million for Greenland, and we did buy Alaska. I mean, this wouldn't be completely unprecedented, I guess, Tiffany. But what does it say? What message does it send, perhaps, to our allies and our foes, even around the world, about America's interests?
I'm a little concerned when I hear a descendant of colonizers talk about taking land from indigenous people. Like the Inuit people have been there for centuries, and we're very flimsily talking about taking their autonomous land. And I don't know if you remember in May 2018, Donald Trump talked about, white settlers who came here and tamed a continent. So we kind of know how he feels and views this space. So I think that's of concern, particularly for the people there. And I wonder, this is something, his supporters are like just blind followers of his. And I just wonder when this becomes a talking point of his on the campaign trail, can anybody at the MAGA rally point out Greenland on a map? I would be very interested and curious to see, or tell us what kind of government Greenland is, or who the indigenous people are. I highly doubt it. So I think when you have such a lack of understanding of global diplomacy, you can easily throw out these asinine ideas and have, the sheep following the wolf.
But Michael, do you think this is one of those situations where also we've heard that this happens in this White House from time to time, where the president will float an idea and the folks in the room listen to the president and they leave the room and they basically laugh about the idea and it's never followed up on. Do you think this is one of those situations, or do you think that, White House counsel actually made some calls and did some legitimate inquiry?
Here's why I think it's possible it was a little less than a total joke, because the Trump administration and national security officials predating the Trump administration have taken a great interest in the Arctic and the idea that there's a growing strategic great power competition in that icy, although increasingly melting, and that's part of the story, part of the world. So the competition with China and with Russia, China wanted to build, I believe, some airfields in Greenland that Defense Secretary Jim Mattis was very concerned about. Now, I don't think Mattis was saying we should buy Greenland, but the reason I think people might, kind of take a second thought and have a conversation about this is because it's not just like some big piece of land and no one knows where it is and it's all kind of ridiculous. There is this sort of strategic component. Having said all that, again, I really don't think this is something that's likely to go forward, but Greenland actually does have a strategic significance that makes it interesting to talk about.
Michael, thank you. Tiffany Cross.
Oh, yeah. So this girl thinks that MAGA supporters couldn't pick out Greenland on a map. I would say that there's a lot of people in this population that couldn't, okay? And it doesn't have anything to do with whether or not they're Trump supporters, okay? It has nothing to do with that. Only would think that. Okay. I don't know if the camera reverses it. Could you guys read that? No, it's probably backwards because when I look at this, Trump is backwards here. So so I don't know. Did that come out the right way or does it flip it for you? Let me know in the chat. Does it flip it? Okay, so it shows it right when I show it up? Okay, cool. See, because I can't say words like that right now because I'm heavily monitored right now. They even demonetized my Trump videos of Trump, okay? The actual footage of Trump, okay? I'm not in the video. It's our president, and they demonetized my video. So certain words like I need to write down. So I've decided that I'm going to make some little cards and put some like popsicle sticks on them, and I'm going to have them here, and I'm just going to, when I, as I'm live streaming, so that the YouTube bots don't come through and pick out certain words and be like, whoop, flag my video, and then I have to send it through review, which takes like 24 hours. And then in that 24 hours, you lose all those views, okay? I want to make my 50 cents off this video, all right? So this girl thinks that we can't pick out Greenland on a map. Well, let me just tell you, for that one person who says they couldn't pick out Greenland on the map, if you're looking at a map and you're looking at the United States, you just go up north to your right. There's a big, big ice-covered island. That's Greenland. Okay, so if you go walk away from this live stream with anything tonight, you now know where Greenland is. And then Iceland is a teeny tiny island farther out, okay? Farther out more to the east. And they really should have swapped the names. Because if you've seen Iceland, it's beautiful. Yeah, there's some ice there, but Iceland is amazingly beautiful. It is #1 on my bucket list. Okay, I want to know for you guys, if you could go anywhere in the world to go visit for vacation, where would it be? I want you guys to put that in the chat right now. #1 for me is Iceland. Okay, that is on my bucket list of everything overall. Like #1, Iceland. I want to go sit in a thermal pool with a drink under the northern lights. Who's with me? Who wants to go? I totally am going to do that in the next like 5 years. Okay. I want to do it before I'm too old and like worn out to where I can't hike up a mountain to a waterfall. So, okay. So Jerry wants to go to Australia. That's a good choice. Good choice. Greece. Yes, Kev, man. Greece. Oh, my aunt is Greek. And God, the blue water there. Oh, the blue water with those white buildings. What city is that? I can't remember, but amazing. Okay. Maureen wants to go to New Zealand. Okay. Alaska's closer and they have hot pools and northern lights. Yes, true. But Iceland, yes. To be on like an isolated island. Okay. If the was going to hit the fan and the world was going to like go to war and we're going to have World War III and things were going to get blown up and whatever, I would want to be in Iceland. Okay. Because it's isolated, it's far away from people, and they're self-sustaining essentially. They live off of fish, a lot of seafood, and they have a lot of sheep on the island. So they eat a lot of that. There is no Walmart that exists in Iceland. Yes. That's my kind of country. Walmart sucks. Okay. So yeah, if things were going to hit the fan, Iceland is where I would want to be. But Greenland, the population of Greenland is so small, you guys. Okay, Google. Let's be nerds tonight. Okay, if you have nothing to do tonight, be a nerd for one night and Google Earth Iceland and Greenland. Okay. Okay, stop for a minute and think your life, okay? How many phones do I have and a computer and all this technology and, imagine how their lives are so much different than ours. And imagine living in that life for one day or 1 week or 1 month. Could you do it? Could you put away all this and live a little more back in the rewind, maybe like back to I don't know, the 60s as far as technology. Okay, they don't have a lot of technology there. All right, except for maybe the areas near bases. So it's kind of, be a nerd and just Google Earth it. I highly recommend it because you guys never know what you'll find on Google Earth. There is something that I need. In fact, this just made me think of something here in Arizona. There's something far on the east side that I really want to go see what it is there because Google Earth has it blacked out. And I'm like, what we got there here in Arizona on the east side that's blocked out on Google Earth. Maybe Atomic News needs to go find that out next weekend when we're on our way down to Tombstone and to the border down by Sierra Vista. That's just, you guys know, me and Mr. Atomic, we are headed down there next weekend. We are going to see if we can get some footage of anybody illegally crossing because it's been a hot minute since I brought you guys some actual footage. The Patriots are getting hit a lot right now and censored. Jim Bemby was arrested. He's the one that used to get us all the videos from New Mexico. Sometimes we'll get videos from Anthony, Conservative Anthony. Sometimes we'll get them from Paloma. Sometimes we'll get it from Oscar. but the Yuma sector is pretty slow right now because of the heat. I mean, it's really hot. We hit 115 like 2 days ago. Can you imagine crossing the desert as unprepared as these people are in 115 degrees? Like, you'll die, okay? So we're going to head to the other side, which is actually drug runner like alley. Yeah, that's where a lot of the drugs come through, is over on the Sierra Vista side. So yeah, we're gonna go see what we can get for you guys and see if we can get some footage. I'm not gonna interact with anybody over there because it's just a bad idea all around, but I am going to video and see what we can get you guys. Does anybody want to call in? Here, let me flip my notes here. Okay, yeah, I have all these notes. I made all these notes. I really didn't make any notes for this. But if anybody wants to call, it's area code 480-216-6140. I always have to look at it because I don't call myself, but it's 480-216-6140 if anybody wants to call and tell me what you think about Greenland. Or, you know what, let's talk about Rashida Tlaib and Ilhan Omar and how Israel denied. That was the best, you guys. That just made my day last night. You have no idea. I was on Twitter last night and I was a total a-hole. I was to these two, and because they're all claiming because Israel rejected, their visit, that, it's racial, it's disgusting, it's this, it's that, they're bigots and blah blah blah. And of course they're going to do that because that's what they're going to do. How about, though, Rashida and Ilhan, how about you just realize you're in and change yourself? Okay, they rejected you because you're a Rashida. Okay, let's be honest. Let's be honest. All right. In fact, let me read you one of her tweets because this is how ridiculous. So, here we go. Here, someone's calling. Hi, this is Atomic News.
Well, hey, Laura, this is Tesla in Colorado. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing really good. Long time no talk. I wanted to say hi and talk about those two ladies. They're totally nuts.
Aren't they?
I sit back and I don't listen to them much, but when I hear them, it's like, go away, just go.
Yeah.
You need to be. I really believe it's going to come out that maybe they're going to be, what should we say, exported?
Yeah. Exactly.
And I don't blame, good for Israel.
Yeah, I mean,
for everything that they have said, good for them.
Why would they want to let them into their country? I mean, what? So they can trash Israel now too, because they have problems with everything in America and they trash everybody in America. So who's to stop them from doing it there too? And
yes,
bringing their chaos with them.
Exactly. And stop and think about it. There's a little firing back and forth going on right now, and I had a suspicion right away about something. I'll tell you, I go right to the root on some of these things. My suspicion is that they wanted to go over there and they were going to bring back information for their colleagues that are not in office, if you follow what I'm saying.
Yes. So smart you are.
Yeah. And it's like, my mind just automatically goes right in that direction. And I find it very, very hard that they just have no clue and they just cannot believe that anybody would do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is it going to take for you to wake up?
Right.
And for some people, I don't think they ever will. but those ladies, I mean, that's where my mind went right away, Laura.
Yeah.
That they wanted to go over there and bring back information or share it with those that are in the fight over there right now. I have no trust at all in those four.
Right. I mean, they're just going to go over there and criticize. What good can they bring to Israel? Nothing. That's the answer. Nothing. So why let them in? If you can't offer something good to the country by coming, what's the point? Just because you think you have a right because you're a U.S. Congresswoman, you ain't got shit. You know, you don't have any right. Unless it's in the U.S.
It may even be better for the one that doesn't even know what a garbage disposal is, and it scares her. Maybe she should go over there. That was just like, what? And now what does she want to do with it? She wants to take the garbage disposal and see if there is some way that it's affecting the environment. Oh my God.
What? Are you kidding me? Is that for real?
Have you seen the video?
Well, I know about the garbage disposal thing, but I didn't know she wants to try and figure out if it affects the environment.
Yeah, it's something like that. I'll send you the video if you want to, Laura.
All right, cool.
Yes. So as far as Greenland, I think is brilliant.
Right.
To want to purchase Greenland.
Right.
Go through.
I
thought. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I can see how the indigenous people there might be a little bit nervous when it comes to the U.S. wanting their land. I mean, look at our history.
Exactly. I tell you what, I bet you there are a lot of people in this country that would be very, very angry if Greenland was purchased and some developer went up there and just destroyed it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
I don't think that's the reason that Greenland should be left just the way it is, because we are running out of pristine and beautiful places to go. It's happening. And, well, there's Iceland, and yep, I will go with you.
Right. Iceland, yes.
And, but Greenland should stay where it's at, and we have a new strait to go through to get other countries that we need to get through without having to go through down and around or any other way.
Right.
I think it would be good passage, but there has to be something in the deal that Greenland will not be touched.
Yeah. Kind of like how we have the deal with Antarctica.
Exactly.
All the countries have a little piece of that pie, but they can't develop it.
Exactly. Now, you said Antarctica. I know we're going to run quick on time here. But have you watched Florida Mati recently? He has a video channel. It's my understanding, I hope I understand his bio correctly. He was actually doing the investigation on his own because he's retired military. And he did investigations of some sort when he was in the military. And he did the investigations on the 4 ships that got hit. I think was it 2017, 18?
Okay.
And he had it figured out. I mean, we weren't told, but he's got it all figured out. Well, now he has been making awesome videos of the Antarctica, and what he is finding there is going to blow your mind. If you get a chance, Laura, it's Florida Mati, Maquis. And his recent videos on the Antarctica, he actually, in one of his videos, he will show you it's approximately a 25-foot person, being, whatever you want to call it, sitting outside of a huge entrance, and there is blood off to the side. And in another video,
Yeah.
he's going to show you what they are hunting to eat. There is a lot going down there, and between him and a few other people, I think it's going to be very, very shortly that things are going to blow open.
Okay, you don't know. I kind of have an obsession with Antarctica. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I seriously looked at jobs in Antarctica because I wanted to go down there for an Arctic summer and just live on the bottom of the earth, you know? And because life is too short not to do those kind of things. And just because it's so beautiful there, and I like cold. I like cold. But
Yeah.
so I'm totally gonna go watch these videos because I'm a nerd like that.
You won't be able to stop because I can't wait for his next one because he uses, well, he'll tell you what he uses to go ahead and how he finds it because you can also do it on your own. But when you see, I believe it is Florida Marquis, he actually got photos of Antarctica that came out as part of what Julian has sent out years back. And when you see what is in those videos, or in those photos, not just the beauty, Laura, you're going to see few things of history going way back that are sitting in the waters down there.
Wow.
It's going to blow your mind. And it's just, think of General Byrd when he flew down there. And I know if you're obsessed with that, you know all about that.
I do. Hollow Earth.
And then think of, was it John Glenn that they had to, was that who they had to bring back because he got very sick down there very quick?
I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember what that person. I remember reading something about that. I can't remember who it was. Yeah.
Something happened down there, and I just, nobody's come out and really said what happened, but something happened. And Linda Moulton Howe has been for over 40 years. She has been researching and investigating like the animal mutilations and aliens. And I don't know if you have known this, but she has been speaking, and it's okay to say it because she's saying it on her shows. You will never know their names, okay? But she has all the documents to prove who they are. And they're called Spartan 1 and Spartan 2. They were down there. And when you listen to her videos, I can send you the short version of it.
Okay.
It's going to blow your mind.
Yeah. I love that kind of stuff. Send it to me, girl. I'll totally I'll get into that.
I will do that. And I'll put in the subject matter what we're kind of talking about so you know that it's good. A safe email, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I will do that. But as far as Greenland, I think we should purchase it. I think once the president mentions something like that, like I think we should buy Greenland, or I want to buy Greenland, the deal is already in progress.
Yeah.
I that he's already been working on it.
Maybe he wants to put the first Trump Tower there.
And Antifa.
Yeah.
Your last video when I was on, I was listening that time. I didn't call in. But Antifa, I have always had in the back of my mind that as far as El Paso, that what we're seeing in Portland and maybe someplace else are not the skilled ones.
Okay. Now, I know there are some videos circulating around that they were out and about and had some stuff going on in Portland today. So I'm going to kind of try and do some research and figure out what they're up to right now. I know they're going to be very active on the first week of September. So we could have a live stream about them. I'm not sure yet, but I know but I know we're over time now, hon, so I'm going to have to let you go, even though I could probably nerd talk with you for like an hour.
Okay, yes, and I apologize. I know that you.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
Laura, thank you so much.
You're welcome, hon. I'm glad you called in.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, talk to you later. Bye.
Oh, bye-bye.
Okay, I just let the cat out of the bag, and you guys know like how much of a nerd I am right now. All right, because yes, I know what Operation High Jump is. I can hear you. I can see what you guys are talking about. Yes, I know all about Hollow Earth and Hollow Earth theory, and all the conspiracy with Antarctica. And it makes you think too, well, what's in Greenland? What's hiding under the ice in Greenland, right? We don't know. But yeah, maybe we do want to buy Greenland, and maybe Trump wants to put the first Trump Tower in Greenland. I would go. I want to go vacation. I told Mr. Atomic, I said, next time we stay in Vegas, we have to stay at the Trump hotel. And then anywhere, like we were going to go do Chicago too, but we moved and we never did Chicago. But I totally want to go stay in like a Trump Tower. I do. I don't care if it's $1,000 for one night. I want to go do it. One of those things on my bucket list. I know in the past I've had some videos with political conspiracy theories, okay? And I've actually put like a tinfoil hat on and got into it. But it's been a hot minute since I've done one of those kind of videos. Are you guys interested in more political theory? That's another word that's like, you can't say on YouTube. If you are, let me know in chat and I could come up with one of those. I think I'd have to do that with Snafu because that would be way too fun. I had to have him come over and we have to do that here in the studio. Amber says, yes. Okay, yes. Like, because I can get pretty nerdy. All right. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys tonight. It's a little bit shorter of a live stream, only about 50 minutes. Usually I go for like an hour. So unless somebody wants to squeeze in one last phone call, you better call in like right now. 480, what's my number? 480-216-6140. I don't even know my phone number to my atomic phone. One of these days I'll memorize it. If somebody wants to call in like real quick and have a couple minutes, I can squeeze you in. We still got a couple minutes, but I don't know if I'm gonna live stream tomorrow night. I don't know. But this whole week, I don't work late, so meaning I don't close the store. I work in retail. So I have the potential that I could do a few live streams this week before me and Mr. Atomic head out to the border because we are overdue for the border. I am going to put some more footage up on my channel this week. I know that tomorrow AZ Patriots is kind of like caravanning down to the border. I think it's tomorrow. And so I'm sure there's going to be some sort of footage linked to that. And I know I'll put it up on the channel. I'm going to see what Anthony and Oscar are up to and see if they've got any juicy tidbits. Paloma just had some great videos that I put up about the buses that were deporting people. And Sadie says, please stay safe. Yes, yes. Laura and Mr. Laura. I like that. Granddaughter, I'm just reading your comments. I just caught the tail end, but thanks. I'll be careful on the border. Okay. Yes, yes. Find some Smurf. What's Smurf? I know what Smurfs are, but what does that mean? The little guy says, please stream tomorrow. Okay. I have to think of what I'm going to stream about. I have to find a topic, but I could do it. I could do it. You guys like hanging out with me? I like hanging out with you guys. So looks like nobody else is going to call in. So I'm going to cut the live stream here. I hope that you guys all have a great night. Thank you again, Kevman, for your donation to my channel. You amaze me. And you know what? I can't remember who it is, but there's that guy. Remember I told you guys last night? Thank you to him. He doesn't live in this country, but he said he made a donation to my channel, and he's like, anytime I want to know anything American news, I watch your channel. And I was like, oh, really? Wow, that's cool. So to that guy, I can't find your name, but that guy, thank you. And Dan the Man, who is always donating to my channel like every month, thank you. If you guys want to donate to my channel, you can. It's in the description box below, the PayPal link, or you guys can always super chat on one of my live streams. If you don't, that's okay. Don't feel pressure. You're still welcome here because that's how I roll. I want you here either way. So if you haven't hit the like button, hit it on the way out, okay? Don't do this. Do this. Yes. Okay. Hit that like button if you haven't. If you're not subscribed to my channel, hello, subscribe, okay? Because I am the official Queen of the Border, okay? And I didn't give myself that name. My fellow YouTubers did, okay? So, hey, that's got to have some credibility right there, okay? So if you want to know what's going on with the border, you better be subscribed because I'm going to be down there next weekend. And you want to see what's going to happen, right? So until then, you guys, have a great weekend. Peace out.